Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Super Sociology class with Richmond Esedu. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, if you haven't, kindly subscribe to my channel. Okay, this video is fully about the factors that accounted for sociology. We are having three major factors that accounted for sociology. These are the French political revolution as one, the Industrial Revolution and urbanization, and the last point is the Enlightenment ideas. Let's talk about the French political revolution. Whilst we see the American Revolution as peaceful one, the French political revolution was seen to be brutish, nasty, and bloody. France was the most richest and populous country before the 18th and 19th century. This same country won a lot of battles and a lot of wars, but they had a systematic problem in collecting taxes. Before the 18th and 19th century, the rich people, the king, the nobility do not pay taxes, but the poor who suffer to eat, those who work on the land of the king, they pay taxes. In France, before 18th and 19th century, they were mostly agrarian and they were illiterate and they were dominated by traditions, religion, superstitions, and supernatural powers. So they believe that the priests or their rulers are being appointed by God. So who are they to question the rules of God? These were the kind of ideology in the system before the 18th and 19th century until the 18th century, which is 1789. Some scholars started to question this ideology that has been in existence for several centuries. Due to that, there came the political revolution. The political revolution occurred under the regime of Louis XVI, XVI. This king was a very young king, and then he married a lady called Marie Antoinette, known as the fashion lady. She mostly spends money on fashions and perfumes, whilst the king also mostly spent money on himself. Now, during 1789, there was increase in taxes in the sense that the France supported the American Revolution with all the resources that they had. So due to that, the rest of the money that France had, King Louis XVI, XVI, was using it to pay the federal debt over there. So for the king to be able to pay this debt, he again increased taxes on these poor people. And this triggered for the people to revolt against the ruling of the king. With this, the king's he tried to seek help from the neighbor country, and then he was being caught moving from France in the evening. So they say that he is a traitor. He failed to perform his responsibility as a king. King Louis XVI and the wife, Marie Antoinette, was beheaded in 1792. These are the things that caused the French political revolution in 1789. The revolution occurred for 10 good years. It ended in 1799. And then this revolution brought about some positive effects and negative effects. The positive effect is that now, after the revolution, everybody in the society became equal. And then everybody in the society had the freedom and liberty to do whatever that he or she feels like doing. Everybody paid tax, and then nobody is superior than somebody. But the negative effect is that it brought about chaos, social anarchy, and then disintegration in the society. It is due to the negative effect. That is why some scholars like Auguste Comte try to bring back the society into social equilibrium, and he brought the term sociology. So this is all about the French political revolution. The French political revolution was mainly the new ideas that started rising about questioning the rule of the monarch, and it led to disrespect of monarchical rule. Now let's talk about the Industrial Revolution. So Industrial Revolution is also one of the major factors that accounted for the emergence of sociology. This was the first time that a huge number of people moved from the rural area to the urban centers in search of industrial work. This was the period that science and technology was being used to create more machines was being used to make work very easier and faster, and then this made people started to work in hours. With this, what really caused the industrial revolution was that huge number of people moved from the rural area to the urban centers or to where the industries are in search of industrial work. The industrial revolution occurred from 1750 to 1850. This was all about the industrial revolution, but it led to the rise of some philosophers or scholars like Karl Marx, who created a hatred for the system that was being used by them. And this system is known as the capitalist system, whereby the industries were owned by few people in the society, and those who work in the industries are the poor people. They were being exploited. The negative effect of the industrial revolution is that it led to overcrowding and an increase in crimes and also prostitution as well in the society, and environmental pollution. Now let's move on to the Enlightenment ideas. The Enlightenment ideas, the philosophers who developed the Enlightenment ideas are seen to be the founding father of the political revolution of 1789 in France, because they started to say that we can use logic and reasoning, we can use the mental capacity to explain things that goes on around us, but not religion, because religion brought about fight in the society, that some people are saying that they are born to rule. Some people are saying that it is divinely for they to be rich. But with the human capacity of thinking, it is not so. With rationally, anybody can fight for him or herself to become rich or poor or to become a leader. So the Enlightenment ideas was the age of reasoning, and then this period was the period that scholars brought ideas and started questioning the rule of the monarchs in the society. According to Kant, due to that, they polluted the people's mind with the new ideas which is being emerged. And with these new ideas, the people started to question the rule and the authority of the priest or the king in the society. These are the major factors that accounted for sociology to emerge in the society, and it has now become a discipline that we are all studying. So the negative effect of these factors called for the socialist ideas, called for social philosophers such as Auguste Comte and other scholars to bring about the scientific study of the society, which is known as sociology. Thanks for watching.